The story begins with an unknown man aiming his gun from a distance. The gun is long and has a plastic barrel. It doesn't contain bullets, but is filled with shards of glass. His target is an office worker, but he aims at an approaching car from far away. He shoots the car's tires with the glass shards. This causes the car to lose control and strike an office worker, killing him on the spot. Such an extraordinary and calculated shot makes the driver appear responsible for the murder. The unknown man smiles and runs away. This man is so effective that it turns murders into accidents. The story then shifts to a man named Mike, a professional hitman. He works for an organization he operates. Among all the guild's weapons, he is considered the most dangerous. Everyone in the guild has their own method. This long-bearded man is Mike's favorite. He has a very hot-tempered personality, so his methods of killing are often uncontrollable. The next person is Banda. He specializes in killing people with poison. He puts toxic gel in toothpaste and kills people silently. Even touching a poisoned cigarette can kill someone instantly. One old man took just a few breaths before falling to the ground. There is also a pair of friends named Ek and Mac. Both were former Special Forces officers. They disguise murders as ordinary accidents, making it extremely difficult for the police to investigate. Finally, there is a woman named Jane, who is highly skilled with a sword. Her methods are completely different from everyone else's. There is also an obese man who once killed an entire team using gas. An hour later, a man named Milton arrives. He is an important link in the shore operation. He specializes in receiving requests from customers and handing over weapons. He listens to clients carefully and also manages the financial side of the work. One day, Mike accepted a mission to kill a drunk man. The office worker returns home at midnight after drinking an entire bottle of liquor. He does not realize what is happening around him. It appears that he has entered his own house. The drunk man checks his watch and climbs onto a chair, trying to steady himself. Mike anticipates his every move. Whenever the man stands up, Mike grabs the rope and starts strangling him. The hanged man has no idea what is happening and asks, "Do you know who I am?" Mike kicks the chair and says, "Yes, I know who you are. Your price is $25,000. This shows that Mike only cares about money. He does not care if a person is good or bad. As long as money is involved, Mike will continue the mission. After the mission is complete, Mike takes a photo of the man as proof and leaves. After this, Mike is forced to kill everyone in the room. He quietly enters, and the man inside watches as if he is part of the audience. Calmly observing, Mike notices the power supply line. He picks up a glass of water and pours it into the power source. He turns on his electronics. While singing with the equipment, he receives an electric shock. The audience is shocked and has no idea what is happening. After finishing his performance, Mike tries to find a way to relieve his stress. He then pays 2 security guards and tells them to leave the area. Once inside, Mike sees a group of people harassing a woman. He becomes furious and, without hesitation, starts killing them one by one. Some attackers rush toward him, but Mike uses his dangerous fighting skills to defeat them all. However, despite his fighting abilities, no one knows why he was often bullied in the past. In a flashback, we see many teenagers chasing him. He used to collect small amounts of money by selling newspapers just to buy his lunch, so he was always short of money to give them. One day, he sees a man breaking into someone's house with a gas cylinder. There is clearly no house employee inside. A few seconds after the man enters, a massive explosion occurs, but he walks out completely unharmed. Mike, curious about how this is possible, begins to follow him. After tracking him for a while, Mike discovers that the man is an assassin who is paid to kill targets and disguise the murder as an accident. Mike confronts him and learns that his own name is Big Ray. The man forces him to learn his skills. Mike has the desire to learn and the natural talent for it. It is only a matter of time before Mike becomes a true professional. The gang breaks into the leader's house and attaches a note to the antenna, then hides under a blanket. The boy, without any suspicion, enters the house. He goes to the railing and reaches out to pick up the note. At that moment, Mike emerges from under the blanket. Mike is thrilled after the incident. He has to take pictures of Mike pushing the man from below, proving how the accident happened. Mike needs more practice if he wants to become a truly dangerous partner. After this, teaching him all his skills, from gun handling to defense techniques, making every murder look like an accident. He trains him as if he were his own father teaching a son. After a long period of practice, Mike finally becomes a top-class shooter in Jaisalmer. One day, Milton assigns him a new mission. He is ordered to assassinate a young accountant named Roop. The client pays him double the usual amount to eliminate Roop as quickly as possible. Mike sets up the mission without hesitation. He aims his gun, its barrel filled with glass fragments, and waits for the car to reach the perfect angle. When the car approaches at the right moment, he fires immediately, releasing the glass fragments. The tire bursts, the car loses control, and it crashes directly into Roop, killing him on the spot. But to everyone else, it appears to be a simple accident. Mike laughs and walks away, while the car driver is terrified, thinking he has just killed someone. That night, Milton calls Mike and tells him to go to an alley where a customer is ready to pay him to kill Roop. group. Mike does not arrive in time and another shooter attacks him. The attacker tries to use martial arts, but he is repeatedly defeated. Mike says, "You could shoot me from a tall building, or you could use dynamite to destroy this entire area, but no, you want to fight me." He calls this scene an insult to the entire industry. After saying this, Mike pulls the man up and attacks him in the neck. He twists the attacker's collarbone. Mike drags him, pins his head against the pavement, and places his motorcycle beside the body. He stages it to look like an accident. He makes a sharp turn, loses control, and his head hits the pavement. His shoulder breaks and he dies instantly. After making everything appear natural, Mike returns to his apartment. He receives a call from a woman named Charlie, who informs him that his ex-girlfriend Veda has died. It turns out that Mike had broken up with her some time ago. She worked as an environmental activist and had shut down several factories because they were harmful to the environment. Mike is devastated by the news and meets Charlie. Charlie tells him that 2 thieves followed Veda. They were about to steal something, but a woman arrived and killed them. After investigating, the police found the fingerprints of the 2 thieves. However, a few days later, both of them died from drug overdoses. Charlie also reveals that Veda was pregnant and the child belonged to Mike. After hearing this, Mike decides to visit the department where she lived. He wants to investigate everything himself. When Mike goes inside, he analyzes the entire crime scene. His expert observation quickly leads him to conclude that she was murdered. The police investigation file Mike finds shows traces of sleeping pills in Veda's blood. The file claims that Veda took sleeping pills because of anxiety, but Veda never suffered from such anxiety. Mike concludes she was framed and murdered. He then realizes the crime scene was staged as a burglary. The blame was placed on 2 drug addicts whose fingerprints were found. Mike immediately sets out to find the 2 men who committed the murder, and he learns that they were hired to finish the job. They say that since Veda and Mike's relationship was already broken, they could do whatever they wanted with her. Their biggest mistake was assuming Mike and Veda never knew about the pregnancy. They tell Mike to go home because it's just business. Due to their attitude, Mike gets angry and attacks them. Although fighting both of these formal special forces alone is almost impossible. But Mike also uses his assassin skills which he acquired during his training sessions. Because of this, Mike's attacks become extremely dangerous. He hits them both hard and punches them repeatedly in the stomach and face. Then he hits them with a 360 mid-air kick to the face and finishes them both off. After this, Mike goes to Charlie and tells her that someone has been murdered. Charlie says that Veda had a hard drive containing important information, and a backup of that data is stored at her parents' house. Then the bearded man from the guild appears, and as soon as he enters the room, immediately tries to kill Charlie. It looks as if someone sent him to kill Charlie. The bearded man has a very hot-tempered personality. When he enters fury mode, he starts destroying everything without thinking. When his attention is diverted, Charlie throws a knife at his shoulder, but it has a little effect. Mike counters him, and the bearded man is about to stab Mike with the knife, but he slips and falls onto an axe, leaving him severely injured. Before dying, the bearded man admits that he was sent by Milton to kill Charlie. After hearing this, Mike tells Charlie that she must go home, collect the documents, and call him afterward. Meanwhile, Mike goes to Milton's house and forces him to reveal who wants Charlie and Veda killed. Milton says the company is behind everything. After getting this information, Mike meets Charlie again because she has brought all of Veda's documents. Charlie explains that permission for a sea drilling project was not being granted due to environmental restrictions. However, the company director bribed government officials to approve the drilling. This information was given to a sister company accountant named Roop. Yes, the same Roop that Mike killed. They also seized one of Roop's friends named Kent. When the company director found out about this, he ordered Kendra to eliminate them by hiring a killer. Ken contacted Milton to hire a killer. He also recorded the entire conversation with Milton and gave the recording to Mike. After seeing that Mike was causing too much trouble, the company restocked its weapons and ordered the entire team to eliminate Mike. One of the attackers throws a grenade at Mike, but Mike reacts quickly and kicks it back like Ronaldo. The grenade explodes and both men lose control. Mike seizes the opportunity to take the attacker's life, but the attacker accidentally shoots Mike while Mike uses the man's body as a shield. Mike then sprays him with a fire extinguisher and uses it to kill him. Another assassin sneaks up on Mike and jumps onto his back, trying to cover his neck with a poisoned towel, but Mike already knows the technique and stops him. The killer charges at him with a knife, but Mike disarms him and knocks him to the ground. Mike and the assassin meet again, but the man is no match for Mike. He tries to use the tools in his pocket, but they are useless and he escapes. Outside, he encounters a female assassin. She is an expert with a sword. She has been sent by the company to protect the director. Mike has a difficult time fighting her because her skills are almost equal to his, but because of her weakness, Mike manages to knock her into a door. The director is holding a sword and throws it to the female assassin. With this powerful weapon, she starts slashing wildly. Mike dodges her attacks with ease and strikes a lamp, but it has no effect. Then he strikes at a suitcase, but it gets sliced clean in half. Finally, Mike counters and takes the sword from him, then drives it straight through him. He then approaches the director, who tries to bribe him, but Mike cuts him down immediately. After this, Mike goes to Big Ray and plays the recording. It reveals that Kent had followed the director's orders and hired Milton to kill 3 people. The first was the accountant Root, the second was Mike's ex-girlfriend Beth, and the third was Charlie. The conditions he gave were that he wanted Mike to eliminate all 3, and after killing all 3 of them, they would also kill Mike to cover up the loose ends. For this job, they were ready to pay 3 times the money. Money-hungry Milton first assigns Mike the job of killing Root. However, knowing this, that Mike wouldn't kill his ex-girlfriend Beth, he then sent a second assassin to kill Mike. And then he assigned the job of killing Beth and Charlie to other assassins. After everything is revealed, Big Ray attacks Milton. Mike then gives him a poison patch to put on his forehead, but Milton didn't know that the patch contained poison, and he dies within a few minutes. Even though Big Ray knows the truth after everything is revealed, he is still very angry with Mike because Mike destroyed the entire assassin team that he had built. In the end, he lets Mike go but cuts off all connections with him, and the story ends there.